Yes, sir. So, bros, we're going to talk about a familiar face to the channel. Usual suspect when we're talking about toxic females, and that's Liz Cambage of the WNBA. Matter of fact, formerly of the WNBA, because apparently she's taking time off to worry about her mental health and personal growth and things like that. But I hope that she's taking time off of OnlyFans also if she wants to worry about her mental health. When you got a quote unquote star of any league and they step out on their team while they're hunting for the playoffs, something is there. Since these toxic females and liberal feminists, the list goes on, they love comparing themselves to men. Liz Cambage is the equivalent to Antonio Brown. What quote unquote star is out here getting signed on 1 year deals? Because you're unpredictable and a good amount of people don't want to take that risk on you. They don't want to take that chance. That's Liz Cambage. Just like the liberal female bros in this day and age, when things don't go their way, they either quit or they try to play the victim. Liz Cambage, that's what she's doing right now because people are calling her out on that. A big cop-out for female athletes, for people in general, is to blame things on mental health. You ever dealt with any of these liberal women, bros, and they try to say something about their anxiety or this or that, self-diagnosing themselves? I mean, anxiety is at an all-time high. Everything is about my anxiety. You got to stop. You're driving. It gives me anxiety. That's what goes on. Just blame it on mental health so you could cop out for taking some personal responsibility for the things that you did, the things that you screwed up. That's Liz Cambage. She could go on platform to platform talking about the gender pay gap. We know that's non-existent because the WNBA makes chump change in comparison to the NBA. The WNBA is only around because it's a charity case. When you really think about it, what would really be hanging around that's losing millions of dollars every single year if it wasn't there to promote something else? And that's the alternative lifestyle. The cat's out the bag. Everybody already knows that. But back to the video. Liz Cambage, she tried to cop out and talk about she's worried about her mental health. You got JaVale McGee's sister who used to play in the league, and she's calling her out on that BS. Let's check it out.
One of the biggest stars in the WNBA has announced they are leaving the league for mental health reasons and personal growth. But some people are just not buying it. Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome back to The Fumble. I'm your host, Jackie Ray. Make sure you follow me on all things social media at Jackie Ray TV. Like this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. And now let's get into this. Because fun fact about me, I covered the LA Sparks this season for an outlet called Nightcast Media. And I feel like I could say with confidence, there is no team in the league who has had the roller coaster ride the Sparks have. From sleeping in the airport for 12 hours to flights being canceled to the firing of head coach Derek Fisher and their big Liz Cambage deciding she wants a divorce while the team was still trying to claw their way into the playoffs. That is kind of a slap in the face, especially since this is exactly the person we all knew Liz Cambage could be. So let's recap. In 2019, she said she was not sure if she was going to return to the WNBA because the league salaries were too low and she could make more money overseas. Absolutely no argument there, but instead of seeking a contract across the pond, she requested a trade and landed with the Vegas Aces. Done deal. Then during the Tokyo Olympics, Cambage allegedly called Nigerian players monkeys and issued a vicious blow to one of the players that required stitches. Her racist remarks were not only detailed by several players, Australian refs were so embarrassed they called off the rest of the game. So how did Liz Cambage address the allegations? By saying the matter was handled privately and then pulling out of the Olympics, citing mental health issues. Then, for a number of reasons, including partying and drinking, which Cambage also attributed to mental health issues, the Aces decided to not bring her back.
Sheesh. I mean, just imagine this chick. And and the thing with Liz Cambage, just like a good amount of these feminists, a good amount of these liberal women, bros, is that they're bullies. They're big time bullies. Don't you see that? They try to make you conform to their agendas, their philosophies, what they support, what they don't support. You know what I mean? They try to bully you into that lifestyle. This chick is 6'8", damn near 300 pounds. Caught this chick with an elbow on purpose. And then when things don't go her way, she tries to play the victim. She's toxic as hell, bruh.
And then Derek Fisher, trying to make up for the blunder of letting Candace Parker and Chelsea Grego, decides to sign Cambage to a one-year deal. Fun fact, kids, if you sign a 6'8", four-time All-Star player to a one-year deal, it's because you know that they have issues and you're just hoping that they don't manifest here on a team that they say they always wanted to be on. But they did. From being not...
She wasn't even an all-star this year. So what does that tell you? Then they fired Derek Fisher after like 11 games, 12 games, something like that. He tried to make up for letting Candace Parker walk. She basically gets a championship with the new team. And now you're looking like an idiot because you signed Liz Cambage to a one-year deal. And then she quits while the team is hunting for a playoff spot. Could you imagine somebody in the NBA doing that, bros? It would be plastered all over the media. Skip and Shannon would be talking about it. Stephen A would be yelling about it. But nobody wants to tell the truth about the WNBA. You got to leave it up to alternative websites and YouTube pages.
On defense because she was barking at the refs, to leaving Nneka Ogwumike to address the media after the racist remarks against the Nigerian players resurfaced, to pretty much everyone on the team saying it was a priority to pull Liz in during the games. The whole thing was a hot mess. But after quitting the Sparks on July 27th, Cambage has been radio silent until Monday. The four-time All-Star took to Instagram with a post saying, "Playing for the Sparks was a dream come true, and I'm honored to have shared the court with such amazing ladies for as long as we did. I'm sorry to have left abruptly, and I wish it would have ended on a different note. I've decided to step away from the league for the time being, and I'm hopeful that the WNBA will do their part in creating a safer environment and a stronger support system for their players. While I'll miss rocking the purple and gold, I'll be taking this time to focus on my healing and personal growth before providing clarification on past rumors. Thank you to all my supporters, family, and friends for all the love and light you continue to surround me with." You are on a one-year deal with several issues throughout the season. What do you mean continue rocking the purple and gold? You know what? Not for nothing. There does seem to be a trend here, and JaVale McGee's sister Imani, who played in the W for 3 years, posted a Twitter thread basically saying she is not buying it. Here we go, hiding behind mental health again. "I don't have the time nor the energy to rant about the plethora of problems, but it's insulting to people who manage their mental health issues and do the work. It further adds to the stigma. Mental illness is not a scapegoat. Also, if you don't love the WNBA and truly believe in it, I don't want to hear your constant criticism. Because if it ain't coming from a place of love and gratitude, we don't need it."
See, and now that's where I got to step in, and that's where these bozos that participate in the WNBA, this is where they got it wrong. They feel like the criticism that you give isn't constructive because they don't know how to deal with constructive criticism. They don't know how to be responsible for their actions because for the most part, they've been dealing with people that enable their behavior, that are yes men, that don't tell them the truth because they love lies. A lot of people love lying because we're so concerned with people's feelings. Meanwhile, the truth hurts. Criticism does not have to come from love. They say maybe you need to lower the rim so that we could see more women dunking. They say that you need to do something to speed up the game. They say that you need to put out more feminine women because men are thinking about a fantasy. That's when they watch things. That's why a good amount of women watch the NFL, the NBA, because they're having a fantasy of LeBron James or whatever notable NBA star. Men are not trying to watch the WNBA because they're not having fantasies about sleeping with a Brittany Griner, a Candace Parker, a Breonna Stewart, a Diana Taurasi, a Sue Bird, known lesbians. They don't even do the right things to try to draw attention from anybody. The criticism comes from, you could say, a place of love or a place of interest.
And you have to actually apologize in apologies. Crazy thought, I know. For her comments, Imani received overwhelming support, especially from those who follow the WNBA, because this is one thing Liz Cambage has never done. She has never taken personal responsibility. She has just cited...
It sounds like the woman in general, in a nutshell. They don't want to take responsibility for nothing. That's why they always get manipulated with all of these little psyops that the government and the media throws out there. Look what happens after. Just look at the reaction to the Roe v. Wade. Something that a good amount of women were not even responding to. You had a good amount of liberal women losing their minds because they don't want to be responsible. They want to just indulge in casual sex unprotected and then abort a baby when it comes down to it. No, it shouldn't be like that. You know what I mean? Be responsible for once. Talking about politicians in their pants. No. Keep those bozos out of your pants. You'll be all right.
Mental health issues for her actions, and that is suspicious. I don't think there is a chance in heaven or hell a team in the W will pick her up at this point. But to the true WNBA fans out there, what do you think? Will she be back? Let me know your thoughts.
True WNBA fans, they need to work on that. That's another thing that comes with the constructive criticism. Your fan base. Women love complaining about the gender pay gap. Meanwhile, women are not even watching the WNBA. Why are they watching the NBA more than they're watching the W, quote unquote? That's what they call it, the W. Women aren't watching. Lesbians aren't even watching like that. They're not even having any fan sections, nothing. That's why it just makes no sense that JaVale McGee's sister want to talk about criticism coming from love. But back to the video. Hopefully Liz Cambage could actually work on her personal growth, stay off OnlyFans, because in previous videos that I covered her in, pointed out the fact that she's a big baby. So hopefully this time off can actually help her. It's enough of that. I'm out.